Hey internet friends, earlier this week, former employer of Jimmy Savile, the BBC, covered the YouTube Pedophile Ring on their website, and they interviewed me for the article and attempted to discredit me based on my low subscriber count and the fact that I cover Pizzagate on my channel. So that automatically paints me as a conspiracy theorist, even though I consider myself a coincidence theorist, but I digress. I would like to address all the reporters who would like a follow-up statement, who have been trying to contact me, have me in their publications or their radio shows. I don't trust any of you. I don't. And I'm not going to trust you again until you pull a Ben Swan and do your job and have some actual integrity. So with that, I would like to respond to the BBC. And it's not going to be a response based in conjecture or opinion or ignorance like the BBC's was to me. So with that, I wanted to first say that in my video of the YouTube Pedophile Ring and in my interview, I said there's a pedophile ring on YouTube. I did not say there's a child pornography ring on YouTube. Get a dictionary. They're different meanings, okay? So let's move on. Jimmy Savile was a children's entertainer. He hosted a children's program on the BBC, and he had close ties to Margaret Thatcher. He was knighted by the Queen. He had all these ties in government. And guess what? He abused children. He also had a fascination with the dead. He visited morgues, and there are rumors that he was a necrophiliac. Jimmy Savile died a free man. He was never tried for his crimes. They never came out until after his death. And the filth that also emerged after his death was that the BBC had known about it, had known about his behavior, and covered up for him. Here's an article that says former BBC boss Mark Thompson lied over Savile's evidence. You want to take a wild guess where Mark Thompson works now? He's the CEO of the New York Times. Dame Janet Smith's report into the Jimmy Savile pedophile case concluded that BBC bosses must have been aware of Savile's activities when he sexually assaulted numerous young girls, some as young as 10 years old, whilst he was presenting the BBC's Top of the Tops program. A report on what Savile got up to in the UK Channel Islands said that children there were raped and tortured in the most horrible ways. Dungeons on the premises containing bones have been discovered. Children were regularly treated to boat trips where rich and influential people would rape them. Another BBC employee, TV presenter Stuart Hall, was also found guilty of sexually molesting children after veteran BBC entertainer Rolf Harris was convicted of 12 counts of indecent assault in 2014. The BBC rejected calls from child protective groups for an inquiry, claiming the convictions do not relate to the BBC, while the BBC seems to be the common denominator here. Fact: Jimmy Savile was a monster. Fact: Jimmy Savile abused children. Fact: BBC covered for Jimmy Savile. Fact: Jimmy Savile was knighted by the Queen. Fact: BBC has had a history of scandals regarding child abuse and sexual abuse. Fact: the same journalist who interviewed me published this article a few weeks prior to publishing the article about the YouTube Pedophile Ring. The article is titled, "Solutions That Can Stop Fake News from Spreading." Fact: on his Twitter account right now, he has all these instances where he's making fun of Pizzagate and fake news. Fact: I gave him a quote on Pizzagate and how it connected to the YouTube Pedophile Ring. Fact: he did not include it. Let me read it for you right now. When I referred to Pizzagate in my video, what I really meant was Pedogate, as the situation with pedophilia in society extends far beyond a pizza shop. Many individuals are awakening to the reality that's been hiding in plain sight. In regards to the webcam from videos, the majority were uploaded years ago, yet the issue is being addressed now. The Pizzagate scandal deals with allegations of corruption within the U.S. government. Many trust their government to work for the people in their best interests. We expect powerful companies like Google to adhere to an ethical standard and not cash in on videos of innocent children. However, through the awakening that began decades ago with the Franklin cover-up, reaching every corner of the earth with Jimmy Savile in the UK, in the Operation Darkroom in Norway, and now through the Podesta emails ordinary people are beginning to realize that predators have injected themselves into our power structure, into every facet of it. As a result, regular folks are becoming a voice for these children who are victims in a society where existing power structures fail to protect them. My opinion is that they already knew how they were going to spin the article before they even wrote it on the YouTube Pedophile Ring. They were just looking for a quote to use so they could peg me as a propagator of fake news. But is it really fake, or does no one trust me to interpret that if I haven't been knighted by the Queen?